Hello guys, welcome to the Trading Parrot. 2 days ago we lost the 4-hour time frame, and since then we've been in this channel to the downside on the RSI. I want to give you an update on that, how much this is currently impacting the daily time frame, and we'll do an analysis on where is the liquidity located to assess whether now it's the time for Bitcoin to break the 65 barrier and start targeting the 67, or if there's enough incentive right below the price to potentially continue to drag a little bit further. Guys, if this is the type of content that you like to watch, make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I put out one of these videos. And if you feel like supporting the channel, watch this video until the very end and do not go anywhere without leaving a comment down below. Those two things are really helping the channel to continue growing. Thanks so much for that. As I said 2 days ago, all eyes on this breakout on the RSI. This happened on the 17th of July, 2 p.m. UK time. Since then, the RSI didn't lie and it has continued to drag down. Interestingly, here we are seeing how the RSI is putting a hidden bullish divergence from here. And as a result of that, in the past hour, the RSI has doing an attempt to break above the yellow line. When it comes to the price, you can see that the structure has changed from putting higher highs and higher lows, now putting lower highs and lower lows. So what comes next after this for continuation of this broken structure is that the price should put a low here to confirm this new trend, or it should use this flag, which looks like a bullish flag, for a potential breakout to the top area of the range. And as a reminder, we have some liquidity around 67, which is higher than the liquidity that we have here below. But the liquidity that it's here below, it's right now closer to the price compared to the 67K that is around here. The price will probably react to the sentiment. There's a bunch of news that are currently going on, so keep an eye on that as well. I do not trade the news, I trade the charts, but it's always healthy to keep an eye on what's going on. This candle that closes in 43 minutes, if we close above 55 RSI on the 4-hour, we will have a breakout to the upside. If we look at the daily, we can see that this retracement is very humble in comparison to all the impulsive move. What we were looking for is to see that the price, number one, it didn't undo the full push from the Trump pump. We don't want to go back below the 200 daily or the trend line that we just recovered from. And last but not least, we do not want to lose the range. At the moment that 61.2 is flagging the range since the all-time high. Ideally, we would like to conquer the point of control, which is precisely located at 67K. That's where the liquidity is at the moment. Later in the video, we will see on Trading Different the live level of liquidations and stop losses from people. So that is really going to help to create a more informed bias. One of the things that we cannot ignore is what's currently going on with big tech. Pretty much with the exception of Tesla, that remains here at the highs, not having broken the structure, all big tech has suffered some retracement. For example, Amazon has not just lost the momentum on the RSI here, this is an impulsive move, but this is one of the first times you can observe that we are below the monthly CPR. Nvidia has completed here a double top, it lost the momentum and it continues to put lower lows on the RSI. Apple has a second consecutive day of losing the momentum and not even trying to regain it. Google has retested and broken down as well. Many of them are showing high signals, which means tons of bearish divergences accumulating, challenging the pivots of the CPR and on their way to the first support. And with the move down from 65 to the high 63s, the fear and greed index has barely moved 1 point down. Let's focus first on the 4-hour time frame liquidity on Trading Different. You can see that we have both extremes that we continue to talk about, and that 67 that is the point of control represents loads of stop losses that the price could attempt to take. If this is the impulsive move and this bullish flag was to break out from here, typically it will have enough impulse to get to 72K. As you can see in the 4-hour, we have right there the 67K, and at the moment the price needs to move around 3K to start consuming these liquidation levels. And you might think, well, there is nothing below it, so the price is not gonna go down. For that, we're gonna go into scalping, which is gonna change the time frame to the 5 minutes. And as you can see now, the picture changes because it's focusing on a lower time frame, and we are only looking at the 25, 50, and 100x. And you can see that right below this pivot here at 63, we built all this liquidity thanks to new longs entering the market from around here. If we zoom out a little bit further, you can see that now we are showing up until 65k, and this still doesn't compare to the amount of liquidity we have below. Let's keep zooming out, and still the red is all located below the price at 66. Still lots of incentive for the price to go and take the 5-minute time frame, and only once we get to show the 67k, which was very clearly bigger than the rest, then this become less prominent. So that's why I was telling you that if the price was to move 1k down, we can start the snowball effect of all this liquidity up until 61.5. That takes only a 1k move to the downside, whereas the big liquidity in red appearing here at the top, it's over 2k above the price at 66.4 at this point in time. So I'm just trying to say that there is less friction to take the longs first and then the shorts. By the way, if you want to use trading different, there's only 2 days of this offer pack that gives you 20% discount. The link is in the description. The live order book continues to stay very, very thin, and there's only a selling order of 400 at 72k. I don't know where is everybody right now. Liquidation levels are right there where we left them yesterday. Nothing has really changed that much. The active address sentiment indicators has given for a couple of days the signal to enter in a long. I mentioned a few days ago that we have a high signal on the 4-hour, which has taken more than 70% of the target already to the downside. That also worked out pretty well. You can see how the leverage squeeze number 2 is pushing the price from the top 4% so far. I tend to expect a lot more from the signals when they play out, and I have put out for the VIP members in the channel a new indicator. This one is based on the SOPR, which stands for Spent Output Profit Ratio, on-chain data that on the daily is giving us amazing entries. This is the full bull market, and you can see how each of the buys was pretty much one of the best buys, and during the bear market you get one of the best exits, one at the all-time high here, one at the FTX. I wouldn't take necessarily all the sell signals during the bull market, but definitely the buy signals in the bull market are great. This indicator works with BTC, it works with Ethereum, and with LTC. That limitation comes from the fact that the SOPR data is published for free on TradingView from Glassnode, and they have only put out those 3 symbols. The performance of Ethereum in the bull market is also outstanding. You got the low, the next low, you have some lows here in the choppy area, the explosive move of 170%, and if you miss that, you get this one with 85, the most recent one of 36, and a few days ago, this one that gave 21%. Many of the sell signals are spot on, with the exception of this rally in here that you get too many early signals. As I said, I will take only the longs during the bull market and the shorts during the bear market. And if you are looking for an exit, potentially waiting for one of those as well will give you a good exit as well. LTC Litecoin also is supported. You can see the performance in here. You can stop the video to do some analysis. At the moment, the indicator is backtestable. It comes with alerts. You can use any of these signals to enter or exit. Let's have a look a little bit of the news. What's going on today? What could be spooking the market? We don't trade these things, but we always care what other people think. The most important thing that is going on today that must be spooking the people working in IT, also traders and banks and financial services. We can see here how many companies have been impacted. Cybersecurity CrowdStrike hit hard, affecting global services, including banks, media, airports, airlines, 911 services, call for emergencies, London Stock Exchange, and there's a long list probably that hasn't even gone public. I saw CMC markets as well, some trading firms that are not being able to allow people to access their trades. So this is definitely something that must be impacting indexes, stocks, and crypto. Parrot Capital, this account says that the outage cannot be quickly or easily fixed, meaning many enterprises will not have a clear ETA as to when their mission-critical IT infrastructure will be back online. The Bank of England bank-to-bank payments system is down, and Bitcoin fixes this. As far as I understand, the Bitcoin network is not affected. Crossing fingers, that's not the case. Trump to announce a strategic Bitcoin reserve at the Bitcoin conference in Nashville. I'm very curious what he's gonna say. Everybody's assuming that he's going to get elected. Let's see what happens. And not everything is bullish in terms of Bitcoin and crypto with the election of Trump. One of the downsides, for example, is that as far as I understand, he doesn't have the best relation with China. I don't know, I don't want to get politic, but since the confidence in him getting elected started, China started also dumping an all-time high 42.6 billion in assets and securities from US during May. That's definitely something bearish as well. The S&P 500 is now down 60 points and on track for its second daily decline of 1% or more this last week. Cathie Wood and ARK Investment sold 32,000 shares of Tesla today. If you're not familiar with her, she is almost a maxim of Tesla, and she has sold in the past, and I'm sure that she holds a lot more, but the fact that she's starting to sell and that this is not a small number tells me that something is cooking under the hood, because it's not just her which is selling big tech. We have even the actual CEOs of those companies, including the one from Nvidia, selling record numbers in the past month. And at the same time, everybody in crypto is just living in a bubble, just thinking ETF coming in, price must go to 10,000 in the next month, ignore the rest of the market. The market is always a combination of bullish and bearish things. That's why I do not trade those things. But there are some exceptions of things that are extremely bearish or extremely bullish that you can't just ignore. I like the fact that BlackRock is strongly buying Bitcoin. One of the things that I still don't fully understand is why people think, oh, BlackRock is buying Bitcoin because they are so bullish on Bitcoin. I tend to disagree with that idea. I know that they like to sell Bitcoin to people, so people buy the ETF and they make profits from the fees. They're gonna make billions in fees if they sell this Bitcoin to a lot of people. And that's regardless of Bitcoin going up or down. Of course, if it goes up, that is advertising to sell more Bitcoin. They want everybody to be bullish on Bitcoin so they can sell it using their product. But whenever there are inflows, that is not BlackRock being bullish on Bitcoin. That is people being bullish on Bitcoin, buying it via BlackRock. At least that is my humble opinion. I might be wrong. If you think that BlackRock is very bullish on Bitcoin and they are buying with their own money the Bitcoin, let me know in the comments and convince me, because I don't see that really happening. I think they are as bullish in Bitcoin as Binance or Bybit are. They just want to make stupid amount in fees. And retail investor Bitcoin is at an all-time low. According to data from CryptoQuant, the account Mr. Crypto is saying that this is the time to pay attention, and I fully agree. Times where the attention in Bitcoin goes to all-time lows, including when we look at the socials here, is when you are millimeters away from something big happening. Do the opposite of the rest of the people. The less interest in Bitcoin, the more you should be interested in Bitcoin. And the more people are interested in Bitcoin, the more you should be selling that Bitcoin into them. Grayscale is launching a new AI fund. This news is from a couple of days ago, but I forgot to mention it, and I find that this is very interesting, particularly because it's public, the distribution of the coins that they picked. They have near field render, LPT, Tau. Pretty much all of them we have mentioned in the recent videos where I cover technical analysis of the tokens. So it's good to know that AI is agreeing with the entries that I'm humbly finding doing just manual human TA. And I'm a big fan of Tangent to hold my crypto. I have their crypto card. I find it very convenient and I decided to use it a while ago. There's actually a link in the description with a discount if you want to get one that really also supports the channel. But now they're coming up with a ring. So it's gonna be pretty cool to see how this is going to work. Hopefully the ring is going to be discreet enough because let's say a thief notices that you're wearing a ring that holds the secret key to tons of money. In theory, they could unlock your device together with the ring. Maybe it's gonna work with close proximity wireless signal or something. The point is, I hope they thought about how exposed all day the ring is. But I think if it looks just like this one and you keep your mouth shut, it could be a great idea to get one and give it a try. The spot Bitcoin ETF has US Bitcoin ETF balances have hit a new all-time high of more than 900,000 Bitcoin, getting very close to 1 million managed by these spot ETFs. And I think my takeaway from this is I wouldn't necessarily count on this amount of demand when it comes to the Ethereum ETF. I'm very bullish on Ethereum, but don't forget that ETFs are associated with institutions, and slowly but steadily institutions are buying into Bitcoin, are starting to get a taste of what it means to hold in their balance sheet some Bitcoin via the spot ETF. But Ethereum is a completely different thing, right? It's higher risk, it offers functionality, so it's going to be a very interesting one to see whether those institutions are going to buy as much as they do for Bitcoin. Typically, a conservative approach is to go larger on Bitcoin, smaller on Ethereum, and then way smaller on the rest of the coins. I wonder if that is what we should be expecting as well once Ethereum, potentially next week, goes live. Guys, have a look at the description. I'm hosting this $500 position airdrop from Bybit. There's a link in the description with all the instructions. You can use also my referral to open a new account on Bybit and unlock up to 30,000 in rewards. Join my Discord server, provide your Bybit UID. Once you do that with an account with my referral, you can unlock 70% off of any of the TTP tiers. It's not a problem if you already have a Bybit account. You can migrate it to my referral link. The instructions are on Discord, and you can even use a digital residence card to trade with Bybit from anywhere in the world. I'm leaving you on Discord a video so you can learn more, and I also included a link with a discount as well. Guys, thanks so much for watching this video. I can see that the views are increasing. If you really want to help us to continue to grow in this channel, don't forget to write down a comment down below, give the video a like, and share it with a friend on your Twitter, on your Facebook, these videos. I will really appreciate it if you can help me get into more people. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.